I'm pretty sure that I can guarantee that this is the longest fight I have ever taken. And that would make sense, because why would you ever use a Mystic for Bahamut? Well, that's because I'm stupid and I love torturing myself, so I wanted to see if I could get a Purgatory solo. And a Purgatory solo we are going to get, as you will see. But the pain of getting there was immense. So if you didn't know, the way Bahamut works is that you need to get him to 3 volatility charges, and every time that timer on his side ends, if you are close to him, he's going to get that volatility charge. If you're far away from him, you're going to get a charge that you do not want him to have. I think it's called X Gamma or something. If he gets to 3 volatility, you're chillin'. If he gets to 3 X Gamma, it's pretty bad for you, so just don't do that. So what we want to do is get 3 volatility and then bait his SP1. What that's going to do is trigger a Radiation Blast, which is the whole mechanic of Bahamut's kit. What you want to do is to get a removal charge by throwing your special attack into Bahamut's Radiation Blast, and then you're going to trigger his Corrupted for phase 1 at least. I know this is very confusing. You should probably watch a guide if you haven't fought Bahamut before. But yeah, this is how you would do it if you have. With Purgatory specifically, you're not using a skill chimp, so you don't get extra Purify to bypass the phases a lot quicker. This is just what you have to do if you want to get the Purgatory solo. And probably not a lot of people are trying that. Probably everyone's using Guillotine 2099 or something. But anyway, I'm going to skip a lot of the fight because, it's a lot of the same thing. We finally pushed into phase 2, but we're only at 43%, which is, dangerously low considering how long this fight takes. We're probably in it for like 3 minutes now, and we're already half dead. So, one cool thing about Purgatory's SP1 is that it regens you based off of the damage you dealt to Bahamut. And when he's wounded, your damage goes sky high. So that regen actually becomes pretty good. It's nothing like unbelievable, because I think it has a cap. I don't remember exactly how the regen works, I just know that you trigger it based on like damage you deal when you throw your SP1 in Rampage. But yeah, so we're going to be using that a lot to heal ourselves up, and you're going to see once we get him wounded and stuff. But we have him at 2 volatility, so now we need to get him to the 3rd one, and it's coming up pretty soon. We bait the SP1, and then we're going to get that volatility in 3, 2, 1 right there. We bait an SP1. Actually, we're going to go for an SP3 first to gain a power gain. This is going to help us get to the bar of power to get our removal charge faster. But you're going to see we did not get it fast enough, so I messed up and had to re-ramp. But anyway, after the re-ramp, now we get that charge finally. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of skipping in this fight just because it's a lot of the same thing. Here we go again, and we get him with 3 volatility, and we're ready to parry the Radiation Blast now, because then we'll reflect it back at him and get him wounded, which is where we deal all our big damage. So we're going to throw the SP3. It's not going to do that much damage based on his health, but it's still going to do a decent bit. One thing I haven't mentioned much yet is that I took a path where you need to place armor breaks on Bahamut, and Purgatory can do that when she has her Tech Soul. You get the Tech Soul by winning the fight in Rampage. You can see the regen from that SP1 there, anyway. But you can get the Tech Soul by killing a Tech Champion with a special attack, or while you're in Rampage, or after you've ramped your 9 soul charges. I know that's a lot to explain, but you should probably look up like a Purgatory ability breakdown or something if you're planning on using her. You basically get a soul charge every time you reach a bar of power, so if you get 9 bars of power, you get that soul. And if you're fighting a Tech 1, that soul allows you to armor break when you get a bar of power, which does make the fight a lot easier. And so he's still wounded again. We are just trying to get to the Rampage where we get even more damage. We throw our SP2, it does our degen, and we're going to throw the Relic right at him. We're going to go for a regen with the SP1, but he phase transitioned, so he got his armor back, so it didn't really do much damage. But he has 2 volatility now. We just need him to get 1 more, and then we are going to be chilling again. We're going to throw the SP3 to gain the power gain, which is pretty crucial to helping us get bars of power to throw into his Radiation Blast. Because if we have a bunch of power gain, then we don't have to worry about using power at a wrong time, which is something that is possible if you just don't pay attention a lot. So now we just need to bait this guy's SP1. He throws it, and we're going to throw our SP1 into his blast, just so that we can get that removal charge. Now we have 3 removal charges, which will carry us throughout Phase 3 quite nicely. We're going to get another Radiation Blast right here, and he is now wounded. We throw the SP3. We're going to do our big damage once again right here. And so we're going to parry. We're going to try to get into Rampage as fast as possible. By doing that, we just have to hit him a lot. And then we're going to go for the No, we're going for an SP1. Why did I do an SP1? That was kind of stupid of me. Hindsight, you know. Now we're doing an SP1 when we're in Rampage so that we can regen. We got almost 10% back. And now we're going to do an SP2 so we can degen to do more damage. And yeah, it's just kind of a flow of doing regen, degen, just to sustain yourself throughout this phase. Now we're back up to 62%. And yeah, so Purgatory's regen is basically what allowed me to solo this because of how long the fight was. It just kept me sustainable. And that's pretty cool because her regen is something I kind of forget exists most of the time because it's usually quite weak. And it is quite weak, but you know, it's still really cool here. So he's wounded once again. We are trying to get that SP1 now, get our regen back, get a good bit back on the last hit because we got a crit on the last hit, so did more damage so we could heal more. Now we're back up to 82%, and we are really set on the last phase now. The last phase takes forever, but now that we have 82%, I'm feeling quite good about it, because if I mess up, I'm probably not going to die immediately, even though he has class advantage and stuff, because we're playing an Ascended Purgatory, so she has a lot more health than probably most Purgatories out there. Yeah, call me crazy for Ascending Purgatory, but I wanted to, and it just was convenient that she's good for these challenges as well. I don't know why I paused the game there, I just did for some reason, but we just need to get into a second volatility, and then we are 2 out of 3 of the way there. I should throw my SP3 soon. I'm not doing it yet. Why am I not doing it? Okay, we're just gonna... Okay. I guess, no, I don't need to for this phase, never mind. Because I don't need to get a removal charge, I have an indefinite one. We have a radiation... No, this is a fire blast, and we do not want that. We have to dex it, so... now we just wait for the actual radiation blast, and then we get to play ping pong, because that's really fun. And we get some power gain by parrying the blast too, which is really nice. So we're just doing a bunch of damage, and then we're going to our next radiation blast. And we play ping pong again, and I accidentally hit the relic, which just messed me up. So now we have to go all the way to another one, just because I accidentally hit the relic. I don't know why you're even able to activate that during the blast. It feels really stupid. But either way, we do ping pong once again, and we get him down to a negative 20% armor. So this is the point in the fight where you just need to try to do enough damage to kill him, try to play aggressive as possible, and just get him down, because you can't really do your extra big, really cool damage, because he's not going to lose his corrupted armor lower than what it already is. I'm not really sure if... I think you can, but like I'm not sure if the fight was bugged or what, because now the volatility timer is completely gone. Maybe that's supposed to happen, but I'm pretty sure the armor is supposed to continue to go lower, and he's supposed to continue to gain volatility. So I don't know if this is bugged or if I just don't know how the fight works properly, but either way, we have basically an extra 20% of our regular damage at this point because he's got negative 20 armor. So we're just doing our Purgatory damage things by throwing our SP2s, and if we do the SP3, we get a massive power gain over time that is going to help us spam those special attacks even more. We throw the SP3 here, skip it, and he's at 1% now, and now we're just trying to finish him off, and this is going to do the trick right here with the relic. And that is the longest fight I have ever taken, with a whopping 19 minutes and 40 seconds, 807 hits. All thanks to Purgatory's regen allowing me to actually stay in the fight that long. So Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. You know, if you somehow had some success with Purgatory like I did in these challenges, make sure to comment below. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, have a good one. Enjoy the challenges.